So again, welcome. My name is Ahmed, also known as Zubuli. I'm an auditor at lancecourse.com and a software engineer, full-time software engineer. So I'm taking you through this topic today, like in our previous live. So if you haven't seen the live, kindly check around here. We have it there. You can still watch it. So ChatGPT has been around for some time now, and you might be wondering why is it that it's now we are talking about ChatGPT. Sincerely hesitated to really discuss ChatGPT matters. Underground, I discussed with so many other developers, so many other colleagues on ChatGPT, and I think part of one of the first users of ChatGPT back then, I think November 2022 or 2021 or so. So I've got the opportunity to try ChatGPT as a software developer because right after I started using ChatGPT, I realized that there's a potential for it to help us developers to be more productive. So I started using ChatGPT very quickly as a software developer. So over time, some of the problems I was and challenges I was facing with ChatGPT, I started noticing the team fixing these issues. So I realized, okay, these guys at ChatGPT are not actually sleeping. They are doing their best to listen to people's feedbacks and also try to make this product grow. But still, a product is a product, and things never go smoothly and are never perfect. In fact, as ChatGPT grows, we also developers we grow, and the more we grow, the more needs will come on with. So basically, that's it. So recently, I worked on a project, a website built entirely using ChatGPT, and I was on a tight schedule, and I needed something very quickly to get this project running, and I built this website using ChatGPT. And if you have used ChatGPT or you've tried to use ChatGPT and code, you might be wondering how did that come up with a complete website with ChatGPT, a complete working website with ChatGPT, because originally we know ChatGPT does not have the capability of saying, let's say, okay, let's set up the folder structure, let's put CSS here, and so on. ChatGPT is a search engine, so it is a text-based search engine. So you are looking for answers in the text. So it does not have any idea of where you are or what you do. You want answers on topics, it gives you that, but it does not build complete projects. So you have to work that around. You have to find your ways to make that happen. So basically, this is the first challenge with ChatGPT. So I was able to go through, try to organize, and then I was able to come up with this project, and it was really great. It is cool, it is fast and simple to use, and I really liked using ChatGPT to do that. And not only this, so many other projects I worked on, even my personal projects. I use ChatGPT a lot. Uh, in some occasions, although it sounds like not using ChatGPT for everything, but in most cases, just to be sure, am I doing the right thing? So yeah, ChatGPT usually comes in, and we'll see that now. And when we start exploring the pros and cons of using ChatGPT, so let's just move to that and see uh, what are the pros and cons I have met using ChatGPT, right? So, and I say yes, well, it is possible to build a project with ChatGPT. It is completely possible, but it takes a lot of effort, and it requires some dedication to make that happen. Especially, it requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of patience to use ChatGPT and build. I don't know of the version 4. That's why I am very specific that it is. I'm talking of ChatGPT version 3.5. So here are some of the pros I have discovered. Please comment here with your pros if I didn't mention something you think it is really great when it comes to using ChatGPT to code. So uh, The first advantage is that ChatGPT tells you something you might not know about. So, and it is honestly one of the main reasons why I fell in love with ChatGPT in the first place. I think when ChatGPT was released, I was working on a project, a software as a service project that requires me to have what we call wildcard domain names and so on, which I did not know about then. So in my research on Google, Stack Overflow, honestly, it wasn't clear. I couldn't get any straightforward answer that can show me how to use, how to make that happen, and what context of what server context do I need to make that happen. It was very difficult. So in my research with ChatGPT, ChatGPT was able to kind of suggest me ideas around this kind of needs, possibilities. So although I did not know exactly what I wanted, but in my way of talking, ChatGPT actually, like a human being, was able to guess, like, yes, I think this is something you might be talking about. So at least it gave me the idea of the exact thing I needed. So that is one thing I love about ChatGPT. So the next thing is that ChatGPT can tell you something that you would only get if you worked for big houses. So the reason is this, you know, previously before ChatGPT, you have Stack Overflow, you have many other forums, Google search and blog posts and so on. But in general, most people wouldn't share ideas that you meet in corporate environments. You know, you want to build something really huge, you want to build something very special. It's only people who work in big companies who have ever met such kind of ideas, such kind of situations, who know about it and might not be talking about it. And you don't know how to go about this. Just like the idea of the wildcard domain name I was talking about, honestly, is it's very difficult. It's hard. Maybe you might not even meet somebody, any school talking about that, and unless you go in the professional field and have meet people who have worked in companies that deal with such things before you can meet such kind of ideas. And there are so many cases like this. Like you won't know of these kind of things unless you work in a big house. So ChatGPT has that capability of digging and bringing these kind of secrets out throughout your question and answer with it. It can bring such kind of things out for you to know. So it can actually bring a new something to you that you might not even think about. So the second thing is that the code in general works. That one is true. In general, the code works. The code ChatGPT brings works, right? Although in the cons we'll see, we'll criticize that area a little bit, but still the code works. So, and the next one I can talk about is that ChatGPT is faster than Google in terms of search. Seriously, yes, Google might give you so many options, but ChatGPT tries to be very specific and narrow on its results. So making it the fastest possible search engine. So it gives you the answer, and the answer is very narrow and it is prompt instantly. It's quite super fast to get the answer for whatever you are looking for. So honestly, I admire that. And then it is more accurate than Google search is, of course, because ChatGPT kind of tries to summarize your need and tries to give you that exact thing you need. Meanwhile, Google search or other search engines will now ask you to go through links one by one and then go and pick up whatever you want to have here and there. So this can be really tough to handle. It can be really difficult for some search situations. Is a bit complicated, and ChatGPT does that very well for us, and I like that. So the next thing we can look at is that ChatGPT summarizes and provides the exact information. So just like it's like I went ahead of myself, just like I was saying, yes, you have a summary of something very quickly, and you are good to go, and you will code faster. Yes, question mark. Yes, you will code faster when your need your question is very straightforward. What you want, if it is straightforward, definitely ChatGPT will make you move on faster. You have the answer quickly and you can use the code, improve it, and or do whatever you want, and then you move on very quickly. So honestly, ChatGPT can accelerate your code rate. So I honestly know of that. I've seen that impact my coding time on some projects. So honestly, it helps a lot. So now we've discussed some of these beauties and advantages in using ChatGPT. You see, nothing is perfect in this life, and ChatGPT is far from being perfect. Although we love it, it works, but we still have to discuss some of the cons. So let's go through the cons and see some of these things we can now argue about ChatGPT. So the cons. The first one is that you need to know what you need well. So yes, this is a bit philosophical to discuss. You need to know what you need well. I'm saying it this way because uh, indeed ChatGPT, if you don't know what you want or you have no idea of what you want, ChatGPT might not tell you. In the earlier versions, ChatGPT used to be kind of that lady that talks so much, discusses things that don't involve her or does not concern her. But over time, ChatGPT started to be very uh, narrow and reasonable around topics it discusses. So if you do not go into it, ChatGPT will not discuss it. So basically, that's how it goes, right? So for example, let me give it a try and to demonstrate what I'm trying to say here. So go to the browser. So I have ChatGPT open here. So let's assume I try to ask it a simple question. So let's say how to build a website, right? I ask something simple like that, and you can look at it. So as a developer, you might expect, something a little bit detailed, telling you about the technology, the folder structures, programming languages, and so on. But no, ChatGPT tries to stick to the common general knowledge around creating websites. So you plan your website, you structure website, and it's quite not what I expect right now, right? But let it finish with this answer. Uh, because I'm streaming, so that my internet is a bit slower. So let's finish with that. Although these steps it gives you right now are quite okay. That's in general what you would tell somebody or you would discuss between programmers. The stages to go through in building a website. So you will discuss these kind of things together and probably as professionals how best you can make this and how best you can organize or you can structure your process of building a website. So that's the process ChatGPT is giving us here right now. So it's a bit slow, and it's one of the cons we had in the earlier versions. I remember then when ChatGPT was released, in such cases when there's a network issue, so the answer will crash. So the response will crash, and when the response crashes, so you kind of have to copy the last part it wrote and be like continue from here, so kind of continue from where you stopped, and you kind of give it a hint for it to continue the discussion, or you lost that answer. And that was a bit difficult, but over time they fixed that and even gave us the opportunity of kind of continuing the request whenever it fails. So you can see it here, like as I'm saying. So you see, it says regenerate. In the earlier versions, this would have been a lost answer. So if I click regenerate, so it takes me to the next answer. So except I had already hit the refresh button on my browser, so I lost that. Let me reload it. So basically this is to illustrate what I'm trying to say in this context, which is you need to know what you want. So I would have narrowed the question very well. So I would have started by like, let's build a website. And ChatGPT, I'm trying to put ChatGPT in the context of what I want. So I'll start like, hey ChatGPT, let's build a website. And ChatGPT will be like, all right, let's do that. And then I'll move on and I'll be like, okay, let's start from the design concept, or let's say Let's start from our color palette. All right, let's define our color palette and ChatGPT. That's cool. So I'll be like, give me some of these general color palettes that are usually preferred or loved or something like that, and ChatGPT will do it quickly. And then I'll be like, okay, then add this variable, or rewrite it in custom CSS variables and so on. And you see, you take it step by step in what you want. So once that's done, you'll be like, okay, let's generate our home page. Let's have this section and this part of the section and the part of the home page and this part. Generate the HTML, and ChatGPT should try to generate the HTML for you. Depending on how many times, how the response comes, you can decide to be like, okay, regenerate it or add or improve this part of the home page, and then it does it, and you'll be like, okay, um, that's cool. Go ahead, style it now with the CSS using our design principle we defined earlier and our color palette we defined earlier, and ChatGPT will try to apply that. And this is the process, so you have to guide it. I used to see ChatGPT just like a child, a baby that needs guidance, but a child that is so smart that he has almost every answer for everything. So, but you just need to tell it to answer. That's basically ChatGPT for you. So the next con we would like to look at is it provides simplest ideas by default. So by default, ChatGPT is not verbose. Although the earlier versions were verbose, but in the recent days, the version 3.5, I don't know of the version 4, which is premium. I don't have the premium account, but this version 3.5 is less verbose and tries to answer as simple as possible. It takes the simplest, the shortest answer possible for your questions. So that's it. And that's why the question we just asked right now, the answer was straightforward, just textual answers. And that's one thing about ChatGPT now. So the next thing is limited awareness of the context. And then I think this is not my personal uh, issue with ChatGPT. Let me make it look really different. I think this should be a problem even ChatGPT's team is discussing right now. I don't know. I've not been there. I don't work with them. I don't know how it goes, but I'm quite certain that if there's any topic they have to talk about, they have to discuss right now in the offices of ChatGPT, is the awareness of context of this ChatGPT. So what it means is that while you ask a question to the first question to ChatGPT, and then you could ask the second question, then you ask the third question, and so on, and you continue to go. I think in the first two, three, five questions, ChatGPT tends to know what you already asked it in the previous questions. It tends to have an idea of what you asked, so it stays in the context. So what, like in the initial, my initial case, let me see if my browser will load so that we try this again on ChatGPT, so that you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about here. So we'll go back to the Chrome. So here, so we can see it did not get me much. So let's say I say let's create a website. So it should tell me, yeah, it's fine. Let's do that. Uh, this connection is really worrying me here. Great. So yeah, let's go through the steps in. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Yes, exactly. So define your website purpose, and then exactly. And ChatGPT goes on and then gives me the first page structure in HTML, the index page, and I hope it finishes it. So this is really great. So let's go through the steps to create a basic website. We will start from scratch, assuming you have no prior knowledge of web development. Okay, plan your website, define your website's purpose, identify your target audience, plan your context. Oh, ChatGPT, things don't just work like that. You don't just identify the target audience right while you are coding, and then that would have been done before we even get here, man. So is it these are the things, and this actually backs up my idea that you have to know what you want before you can ask ChatGPT what you want. You know, you have to really know what you want. If you don't know, if you have no idea, website development, the business of website development. Right now, you might think, okay, this is a required step right now. You see, so you have to be able to filter. Okay, this is not for now, or this should have been done before, or this will be done later on, and so on. So as part of it, you need to know about ChatGPT. So it has done it, and it's even generating the CSS for it. That's great. I think this could have been a cool tutorial for a beginner, a complete beginner. So that's quite great. So generalize. So as it starts like this, now you start discussing, okay, let's add this here, let's add that here, let's add. Sometimes you have to copy the codes. As you do that, ChatGPT start to lose the track of what you are talking about, where exactly you are actually trying to refer to, or what exactly are you referring to here and there, and it loses the context of the discussion. It does not now recognize what you guys were discussing about. So it is one of the biggest problems with ChatGPT, and I've tested this several times, both for short discussions and longer discussions. And I noticed that the shorter the discussion, the easier it is for ChatGPT to have an idea of what we are discussing. But as the discussion starts to become longer and longer, and also as the discussions start to have more parameters, I would say that more parameters. So if we were just discussing of one fish and the fish and its color and so on, no problem. But as you start to discuss the fish, its color, its sizes, its type of food and so on, then you add more. As you add more variables around this topic, ChatGPT starts to lose control. Sometimes you even have to be specific. You go and copy a particular text and be like, "Do you remember this?" It will be like, "Oh yeah, I do remember." ChatGPT will never say no. Yes, I do remember, and then bring something that does not even have to do with what you're actually trying to refer. So it has lost context completely, and this is the problem here. And I'm sure the guys at ChatGPT are aware of this, and they are trying their best to get it fixed. And it's not about fixed. It's not even about fixed, because it's not an error. It's just how generative text AIs are supposed to work. Because how would they know the context? How would they know the context? I'm not an expert in AI or machine learning, but I believe it's a scientifically challenging task. So I don't blame ChatGPT for this, and it is a normal thing. So the next con is the lazy answers. Yes, and that one is true. ChatGPT tends to kind of avoid discussing some topics. And when you ask, it will just give you a simple, short answer, without going too much into details. So, and right after that, we have the messy and unorganized code. And that one is true. It's not because as you start writing code and so this, you did not sit down and plan with ChatGPT on how the code will look like. And ChatGPT cannot do that. And that comes from the awareness problem, the context awareness problem. So you cannot have a well organized, contextualized code base. So you get a messy code here and there from various angles, and then you have to sit down, put it together, and organize it. And that's one thing, one problem with ChatGPT when you're coding with it. And then you might code slower, and you can see earlier on in the pros I said you can code faster, but here I'm saying you can code slower. It's normal because ChatGPT, because of these problems of context and then Mexico's, and you have to kind of be kind of the referee for ChatGPT's brain, monitor it and guide it and through all these things you guys are discussing. So you might end up wasting so much time, spending a lot of time trying to get what you want. So it means if your questions are not well structured, or what people call the prompts. So if your prompt engineering is not well structured, you might end up having a code. You might end up spending a lot of time trying to code a simple thing. So it is very important. And I will end this talk by saying that yes, it does require a lot of time to code with ChatGPT, and also so far have not taken the challenge of coding an entire complete huge project, not as simple as the website I just showed, but a complete huge like an e-commerce website with ChatGPT. And that would be extremely challenging, and I think you might have to open many chats, and that's a trick. You don't do this with one chat. If you take one chat with ChatGPT to do it, the context issue will catch you up, and you will lose a lot of information, and in fact you will have to drop it and reopen a new channel. So the advice I have, in if you are deciding to code or code with ChatGPT, is that take topic by topic, or take a specific part of your project and then open a chat on it. So let's assume anything related to the design, the theming of your project, the design elements, and the theme colors and color palettes, all this, set it up in one chat. And once you have that, if it is an e-commerce, for example, the part that deals with displaying product cards, deal with that there. Now, if you have an API, the part that deals with API, specifically API, go only API, and then you will know how to combine all those things, and you can play around with these possibilities, and I'm sure you'll be productive with ChatGPT. So that's what I have to say right now with ChatGPT. Please, if you have any additional information you would like to add to this talk, please do that and add. Leave it in the comment section, or the chat that is right there. And then if you have any questions, or you would like me to demonstrate something with ChatGPT, I will probably make a video, or in our next live, that's next Sunday, we shall discuss that. So that being said, this is my au revoir for now. So this is by the end of this live, and I would like to thank you so much, you guys who have been around to watch this live. Thank you for sticking around. Please do share it with your networks, and your networks with your friends, and I'll be very, very happy to see that. And thank you, and happy coding. See you in the next live.